Here live at the Talladega Superspeedway for the 7th race in the Reebok Cup Series Season 6 and the next last race of the chase. Dale Earnhardt Jr. starts on the pole today. He's had a pretty bad season, but looks to have a good run here today at a track that he's known to be good at. Clint Bowyer is a similar driver who starts 4th today. He's near the bottom of the point standings, but has a good history at Talladega and looks to use that here today to his advantage. Jeff Gordon starts mid-pack. He's had a huge season in terms of points and was blowing away the competition during the regular season. He didn't have quite as good of a run at Ohio Valley, only having a 4-point lead, and he looks to make it a little better here at Talladega. Matt Kenseth won the race last week at Ohio Valley. Looks to keep that going here today at Talladega. He starts deep in the pack, so he's going to have a lot of cars to pass if he wants to grab the victory at Talladega. On row 1, we have the 88 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the 41 car of Kurt Busch. In row 2, we have the 10 car of Danica Patrick and the 15 of Clint Bowyer. Rolling off in row 3, we have the 48 car of Jimmie Johnson and the 22 car of Joey Logano. Starting today in row 4, we have the 1 car of Jamie McMurray and the 27 car of Paul Menard. In row 5 is the 16 of Greg Biffle and the 14 of Tony Stewart. Starting off today in row 6, we have the 24 car of Jeff Gordon and the 4 car of Kevin Harvick, 2 championship contenders. In row 7, we have the 11 car of Denny Hamlin and the 42 car of Kyle Larson. In row 8, we have the 5 car of Casey Kane and the 20 car of Matt Kenseth. In row 9 today, we have the 18 car of Kyle Busch and the 9 car of Marcus Ambrose. In row 10, we have the 99 of Carl Edwards and his teammate Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 17. In row 11, we have the 2 car of Brad Keselowski and the 55 of Brian Vickers. And rounding out the field in row 12, we have the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. and the 43 of Eric Almirola. We're coming to the green flag here at Talladega. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads him down the backstretch. Kurt Busch to his outside. Now Jimmie Johnson is behind Jr. with Kurt Busch sliding back a little bit. The 2 Hendrick cars pulling away in the inside on board with Jimmie Johnson. He goes to the inside. Dale Earnhardt Jr. takes the lead. Kurt Busch battling back on the outside. He's going to pull even with Dale Earnhardt Jr. And Jr.'s going to go for the lead. And he's going to pull even with Jimmie Johnson with Jamie McMurray now there in 3rd. Johnson to the outside looking to make a run on Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's not going to be able to do it. And around goes Stewart. And he takes out Brad Keselowski. And the caution is out for the first time, taking out 2 chasers. Kevin Harvick and another one is down pit road. Looks like Harvick gets into his teammate Stewart. There's her bump drafting into the corners. And Stewart gets into Keselowski. Nowhere to go for Keselowski. And it looks like we're going to go back on the way here on lap 5. Dale Earnhardt Jr. the leader. Then Hamlin around McMurray on the outside. And it'll be Hamlin and Johnson side by side for the lead. Hamlin's going to take the lead coming on to lap 6. Midway through this race, we're already 3 wide the whole way through the field. Casey Kane behind the 11 car of Denny Hamlin, giving him a little bit of help there. And also got the 16 of Greg Biffle there. Here comes Johnson. The outside contact, he gets into Hamlin, and Johnson takes the lead. On board now with his teammate Casey Kane. Hendrick cars all running up in the front, except for Jeff Gordon just running mid-pack. 3 laps to go. Who's going to take the win here at Talladega? And we've got a spin in the back involving 2 Gibbs cars. Almirola, Logano, Stenhouse, Kenseth, and the 18 of Busch all involved. Looks like here Logano gets smushed between the 43 and 17, and they all just pile in, bringing out the caution. We're going back on the way on lap 9. 3 wide already. 3 wide again. Biffle gets sliding back. Now the 48 of Johnson in the lead. Here comes Kurt Busch on the outside. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to take the lead with Paul Menard in 2nd. Now Danica Patrick there, but here comes Hamlin all the way on the outside, coming around the final bend, and Denny Hamlin takes home the victory by a slight margin. There goes Kevin Harvick upside down. Marcus Ambrose and Kevin Harvick collide, coming across the line. Oh, Greg Biffle also involved. Kevin Harvick is on his roof right next to Marcus Ambrose. Denny Hamlin takes home the victory, his first of the season here, in a very close race here at Talladega. Takes home the victory. Hamlin comes home first. Dale Earnhardt Jr. very close second. Paul Menard for the 2nd race in a row comes home in the top 3 of a 3-wide finish. Jimmie Johnson is 4th. Danica Patrick rounds out the top 5. Casey Kane comes home 6th. Greg Biffle 7th and Kevin Harvick 8th. Marcus Ambrose is 9th. Kurt Busch 10th after he's having a solid day after a rocky start to the season. Same with Carl Edwards finishing 11th. Jeff Gordon 12th. He's still the points leader, having a great season. Kyle Larson 13th. Jamie McMurray finishes 15th, and the MWR teammates having a decent run here today. Stenhouse Jr. finishes 18th. Joey Logano 20th. Still a poor season for him. Kyle Busch and Matt Kenseth both got taken out in the big one going on lap 8. Brad Keselowski and Tony Stewart round out the field in 23rd and 24th. Jeff Gordon is in a tie with Greg Biffle and Kevin Harvick going into the final race of the season. Whoever finishes the best out of those three at Irwin will be crowned the champion. Denny Hamlin moves up to 4th with his victory, just passing Tony Stewart and Brad Keselowski. Jimmy Johnson had 112 points. He's having a good season after just narrowly missing the chase. Marcus Ambrose 5 points behind him, and a huge drop to Matt Kenseth, another big drop to Casey Kane, and Kyle Busch, Edwards, and Paul Menard are right behind. Then towards the back of the field, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 17th. He's having a poor season even after a second-place finish today. Kyle Larson with 70 points in 18th. Kurt Busch in 19th with 60 points. Martin Truex Jr. rounds out the top 20. He's having a poor season but looks to improve at Irwin.